If you have a question on whether or not you have an asset or not, if you can leverage it, then you have a good asset. If you can't, you don't. So there's a lot of people that make comments about, well, don't buy life insurance because it's a waste of money. It's not an asset. Well, that asset gives me the ability to leverage it to get a loan from the insurance company. What is the alternative that you have? And
sitting
be able to have
on the
a
money
death
and not
benefit.
doing anything.
Right,
with it.
or buy a term and invest the difference. I can't leverage my term policy to get a loan, but I can with a permanent whole life insurance product.
Totally.
Let's be real. There's two money games being played. The average person is trading their time for money while the wealthy are using their money to buy time. So the thing to understand is that the average person thinks that they can save their way to wealth when that's just not the case. In today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to break down the exact system that wealthy people use to grow their money.
That's right, Wealth Nation, because in today's video, we are not talking about burying your head in the sand. We are talking about taking action, right? Because tomorrow is going to come. What are we going to do about tomorrow? Let's go ahead and take some action and get started today.
So let's jump into the 4 steps. Step number 1 is to multiply your money. Step number 2 is to use money without losing it. Step number 3 is you want to prioritize cash flow. And step number 4 is you want to make your money work for you.
What I got out of all of those steps is cash flow.
Yes, it's all cash flow.
Well, and let's debunk what cash flow is. Okay, so cash flow, family, is the money that you have available that isn't tied to any expenses, right? When you think about it, the simplest way is when you save money first, you pay yourself first, then you pay your expenses. Whatever's left that isn't tied to any expenses, that's called cash flow. Right. And that's the leverage that we're going to use to start creating more money.
Let's jump into step number 1, which is to multiply your money. People that create cash flow, they never let their money sit. They always use their money to make more money. They always use their money to invest. So any money that's above and beyond the amount of money that they want to have liquid for a rainy day, or what we talk about, an ABC account, or 3 to 6 months, whatever you want to call it, money beyond that never just sits. It goes into another asset so they can continue to make money. Now, the opposite of that is people who use their money to buy things that they consume, that they can't make any money from, that as a matter of fact, they depreciate as soon as they buy it. So the idea is to use the same exact idea, have a new mindset around how you use the money that you have.
Yeah, because it's about, as we've said on many of our videos, it's about getting every dollar a job.
Right.
Okay, so when we give every dollar a job, we're consciously thinking about the money that comes into our system. Are we going to consume, or are we going to invest? Are we going to consume, or are we going to create cash flow, for example? So we have to keep having this dialogue between us and our money to make sure that we are consciously spending. Let's become conscious spenders, family. Every single time a dollar comes to you, ask yourself, am I going to consume, or am I going to create? That will change the game, hopefully, as far as what you do with the money that comes into your realm.
Yeah, and that's a change in mindset.
It's mindset shift for sure.
Yes, a new mindset. So the name of the game, or step number 1, is to change your mindset to that of cash flow.
Absolutely.
Every dollar that comes into your realm, you ask the question.
Yep.
Am I going to spend it, or am I going to create with it?
And then if you're going to spend it, here's the other doozy, family, taking this like another level in. If you're going to spend it on consumption, then consuming things, then you need to ask yourself, can I pay for this thing twice?
Right.
And if you can't pay for this thing twice, then you don't need to be consuming.
Now,
you should probably be creating.
Yes. Now let's move on to step number 2, is that people that create cash flow creators, they don't lose money. They never lose money, which means they also never sell assets. Now, your 401k that is burning a hole in your pocket because you moved on to another job, if you don't need the money, do not sell that asset. Because what's going to happen is you're going to pay taxes on it. You're going to get a tax hit. There's going to be things that happen with that money that is the opposite of creating money, creating cash flow. So you want to leverage your asset, don't sell your assets. Leverage your assets to buy additional assets.
Yeah, because let's think about like the rinse and repeat. If we have money, let's figure out how we can use it one time. two
Yes.
times, 3 times over. Let's be as efficient as we possibly can with our money. So that's why we can't lose money, because every dollar that we earn, we need to make more money with it. We need to make friends with it. So these are just concepts that we're sharing with you so that we can really start to hone in on this money game in the first place, and we can just be better at this money game.
Right, and if you have a question on whether or not you have an asset or not, if you can leverage it, then you have a good asset. If you can't, you don't. So there's a lot of people that make comments about, well, don't buy life insurance because it's a waste of money. It's not an asset. Well, that asset gives me the ability to leverage it to get a loan from the insurance company. What is the alternative that you have? And be able
Sitting
to
on
have
the
a
money
death
and not
benefit.
doing anything.
Right,
with it.
or buy a term and invest the difference. I can't leverage my term policy to get a loan, but I can with a permanent whole life insurance product.
Totally.
So that's another thing to take into consideration, is the fact that you cannot lose money. As a matter of fact, the idea is that you want to spend the interest and not the money that you make from the asset.
Good point. Very good point.
Now, step number 3, this is a good one, is to prioritize cash flow over net worth.
Ooh.
The reason why I say that's a good one is because we come across people who can't calculate their net worth. So that's a conversation in itself, is to prioritize the money that's coming in and not your net worth, because you can't spend net worth, you can spend cash flow.
Yeah, well, you know what? This is a good one, guys. I'm tripped up in this because, one, let's first talk about what is your net worth. Assets minus liabilities equals your net worth.
Yeah, and so let me say this before you jump into it, is that it's the idea of chasing big numbers.
Yes.
Yeah, let's not chase big numbers because of net worth. Like, chase the money that you're actually getting, that you're actually receiving on a monthly basis.
Yeah, it's an ego trip, really. So okay, and this is why, again, I hesitate on this, because I don't want you all to misunderstand us. Your net worth is important. However, if you're just using your net worth as a measuring stick, then it's not going to serve you, if I may say that, right? So let's look at your net worth as just recognizing, again, we put on the screen assets minus liabilities, everything that's a value, subtract that by all of your liabilities, and you get your magical net worth number. And to Darius's point, you can't spend your net worth. Right? Are you going to go to Target and spend your net worth? You're just going to say, hey, Target, here, this is how I'm going to buy my groceries? No, that's not how that works. So that's why for us, we're teaching you how to flip the script to prioritize cash flow, money that's tangible, that's right here in between your fingers that you can do something with, so that you can actually use it to increase your net worth. How about that? So it's just a different way of thinking about it.
Yeah, another way of saying that is to prioritize the pipeline over the puddle.
Ooh. You just come up with that?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
The pipeline over the puddle. Okay.
Right. So the idea is you shouldn't be saving for retirement. You should be preparing a pipeline for retirement. Not a nest egg.
I was just going to
cash
say
flow.
nest egg. Yeah, it's like the nest egg.
Yeah. So step number 4 is to make your money work for you. A lot of times what we do is what we get stuck in is working for our money, trading time for money. When we need to get out of that, and the only way we can get out of that is to create a system and change our mindset around our system, our mindset around cash flow, our mindset around not chasing net worth. What we have to do is we have to stop working for money, because as soon as we stop, the money stops.
Yeah, we did this challenge in our community where we were saying, go get $500 in the next 2 weeks. And so it was really interesting to just watch back and observe and see the challenge of when people actually have to consciously figure out a way to make money themselves, as opposed to being dependent on a system that pays you.
Right.
And when you realize that you are the asset and you create the cash flow, and you have the ability to do that, I'm giving you permission to do that, family, if you're watching this. It's amazing to recognize how your income can just change overnight when you just have that mindset shift and recognizing that, hold on a second, I'm the asset and I'm the one to create.
Right.
So as we go through this whole process of figuring out making money and cash flow and what it is, what are you settling on right now that's keeping you from creating more cash flow?
Right. Your time should be spent designing a system and implementing those designs rather than working for the money itself, because the money itself is the one that's working. That money is what's getting you to go to your job. So you need to create a system for yourself that works in your absence. So that brings us to step number 5, which is simply just to put all this in action. The steps are, I'm just gonna take a look at my notes, is to multiply your money Step number 2 is use money without losing it. Step number 3 is prioritize cash flow. And step number 4 is to make money work for you. So the idea is to put that system into action so that you're not dependent on your net worth. So you're not dependent on going to work, so that you are able to leverage cash flow. And the thing to understand is it doesn't take millions in order for you to create your system. It just takes your time to design the system itself. We talk to folks all the time. Matter of fact, was talking to my sister recently, and she can't get her head around the fact that it doesn't take money to make money. It takes creativity. And that's what we're trying to tell you. And we've done this video multiple times, but it takes creativity, not money. Money is a tool that does what you tell it to do. Money is a tool that you put some value on, that you decide what the value is.
Well, and I mean, if you're watching YouTube right now, you know, all the other channels and people that you watch, thank you for watching our videos.
Yeah.
It's creativity. We're putting videos online and hoping people watch it. That's a heck of a creative thought for people who just aren't able or willing to allow themselves to have the permission to create their own cash flow.
So the thing I want to remind everyone that's watching this video up until this point is to master your system, you master your cash flow. People that generate cash flow aren't lucky. What they do is they master the formula. So you create your own formula. It's out there, it's right in front of you, just use it. So if you're ready to start your own financial system, then click on the link below so that we can serve you.
And don't forget to own your own lifestyle.
Or someone else will.